A very good morning to one and all. I, Ruby Gill, welcome all the attendees and their prestigious speakers on behalf of lovely professional university for today's webinar on the topic Digital Journalism, New Trends and Future Prospects. So attendees, today you'll savor a feast of knowledge from our revered speakers. So allow me to introduce them. Dr. Mukesh Kumar, Professor and Dean, School of Journalism and Film Production, lovely professional university. A seasoned professional and a well-known face of Indian television, Dr. Mukesh has an experience of 35 years as an anchor, YouTuber, writer, columnist, poet, and academician. He has launched 6 well-renowned news channels. Moreover, he has produced and directed various documentaries and telefilms as well. Currently, he is doing a daily show on Satya Hindi YouTube channel, which has a very wide viewership. To his credit, he authored 13 books. He was founder editor of Hindi Daily Sentinel published from Guwahati, executive editor of fortnightly magazine Samya Sutradhar, and assistant editor of Dainik Nai Duniya. So, sir, thank you so much for joining us today. So, I humbly welcome our expert, Shri Narendra Kumar Nagar, a dynamic professional without fear and favor, with an experience of more than 38 years in the field of online, print, and electronic media of journalism. He was former editor with Times Internet Limited, heading Nav Bharat Times online team. To his credit, he is a language enthusiast and authored a book, Alan the English Class, under the pen name of Alif Dehalvi. So, sir, it's a privilege to have you on board with us. Thank you so much for joining. Additionally, I welcome Mr. Pankaj Vij, Assistant Director, Head, Department of Tie-Ups, Division of Admissions, lovely professional university. With a master's degree in management, Mr. Vij holds a keen interest in the area of training and development. He is having an experience of more than 20 years in multiple domains such as teaching, training, and operation. So attendees today, he'll give you an insight of fee, eligibility, and scholarship, which I'm sure will make you save a lot of money. And in addition to this, we'll be sharing the information about the infrastructure of our university. So thank you so much for joining us today. So with this, we'll begin today's webinar. So over to you, Dr. Mukesh Kumar, for the content of the day.
Thank you, Ms. Ruby. Thank you so much. As we are going to discuss about the digital journalism, whatever challenges we are witnessing, what is the progress we are witnessing in this medium. It is a very new medium, but we are witnessing that this medium is going very fast in comparison to traditional media, which is print media and television media. It is registering a very fast growth in comparison to both the form of media. So first of all, what this growth says about the media industry and what kind of job prospects we are looking in this industry. We have with us Mr. Narendra Nagar, who has spent a lot of time in all forms of media, whether it is print, television, or digital. He was editor of digital platform of Times of India Group. So, Narendra, I would like to ask you first that how you are looking this industry, particularly digital media, how it is growing, and what are the main characteristics of this industry in vis-a-vis to digital journalism, and what kind of challenges you are looking in this medium?
Challenges for the industry or challenges for the journalists? These are the two things.
Yeah.
Journalism. As I say, the digital media is the future of media. So the print journalism is going to be finished in 10 to 20 years. There will be no newspapers. There are in a number of countries, European countries, they don't publish newspapers, and a good number of magazines have gone out of publication. So digital media is the media of future. And as it has also incorporated the visual medium, that is the television medium, I think that even television medium is going to be incorporated in the digital medium. So I can see it is the only medium for the future, and there is a huge demand. And at least particularly for the visual medium, I can see some people asking me to refer if I know any of the young people who can edit videos, etc. So the medium is very good, and if somebody want to be a journalist, then he or she must have the knowledge of digital medium, and those who are good at it, they are finding great prospects. And those who are not, for example, I have a good number of journalists who are in their 30s or 40s, and they have not experimented with digital medium. They are only worked in the print medium. They are finding it hard to grow in that print medium. So I feel that the print medium is going out of fashion, and the future is for only the digital medium. Yes, there are challenges, and we will be discussing them as we go far in the discussion.
Yeah, Mr. Nirendra, as you said that print media is fading out very fast, and during this COVID problem, we have seen that the circulation of the newspapers has gone down drastically, and they are in a very difficult situation. Survival is in question of this medium. So it is rightly you pointed out that print media is going to very soon it is going to be out of our mind also. So slowly we are not buying newspapers, reading newspapers. We are now consuming news and media content from either from television, news channels, or from this internet media. So it is right that the medium of future is this digital media. Now I was looking on this growth of digital media and how it is its share in advertising is increasing continuously. The major share still is with television, but the second digital media is on second position, print media on third. And if you see the rate of growth, so digital media is growing faster than television media. So, and as you said that it is going to be merged or converged television also with the digital platforms. So digital is a convergence medium where all the media form are converging. So this is the thing where, and this is the, I think this is the biggest challenge for the future journalists, budding journalists, that they have to be equipped with the knowledge and skills of all the mediums. They have to write well, they have to report well, they have to know, they must know about the techniques of the shooting, recording, voicing, editing. I mean, technical part is also is a major part of journalism in digital platform. So how do you see that? If a student want to be journalist in next 3-4 years, so what kind of skills and knowledge he or she should acquire?
I think the first thing is the language. The language in which you want to pursue your career, you should be well accustomed and well have command on that language. If you are going for Hindi journalism, you can write, you can not only talk, but also write correctly in that language. If you are going for English journalism, you must have a command over English journalism. So that is the first. Even if the print journalism is going out of fashion, but the main part of the print journalism, that is writing, is even there. The writing, and I say that digital journalism is a combination of print and TV journalism. But for a print journalism, the only and major requirement was writing. You have writing ability, you can be a good print journalism. Plus, if you have knowledge, general knowledge, good general knowledge of politics in our time, then you can be a good journalist. But nowadays, even if you are not very good at your language, and you are very good at YouTube for editing YouTube videos, etc., you are good at technology, and you also the field of knowledge is also diversified in these days. In our times, I will say about 20 to 30 years back, the journalism meant you have to know who is the prime minister, who is the president, who is Indira Gandhi, who is Rahul Gandhi, etc. And you don't know anything about politics, if you don't know about socialism and capitalism and all these things, then you can't be a journalist. Not more nowadays. I will share an anecdote with you about 4 to 5 years back. It was Gujarat elections. The counting was in progress, and there was a good sort of excitement who will go to win. And 80% of our strength is NBT. We put it on counting, and only 20% of our strength was doing other business like sports and Bollywood, etc. At the end of the day, when I examined and wanted to find out how our readers consumed our stories related to Gujarat elections, I was shocked to find that if I had 10 millions of page views on those days, then 80 lakhs of those pages which were consumed had nothing to do with the Gujarat Post. That means 80% of our readers read stories that were different from Gujarat News. Though I had deputed my 80% staff on Gujarat Post, that is for politics, that means nowadays the consumers, the users, the readers, most of them, they want to know about other things, not only politics. So if today you are not very good at politics, not very good at economics, but you have very good knowledge about mobiles or technology, then you may be a good journalist, and you may write about that. If you are very good at sports, if you know each and every player of IPL and know about statistics, then you can be a good journalist. So there are various fields, even automobiles. If you have knowledge about new cars and which new cars and its features, etc., you may be a good journalist. So anybody who wants to enter this field, he should first ask himself or herself that what is the subject that interests me, what is the subject that I can write about well, and he or she can go for it. And there is a scope for that kind of journalism today, writing as well as a YouTuber, as a video journalist, as a vlogger, anything. The sky is unlimited. So nowadays, it is not compulsory for a person to be well aware of any political or economic or commercial things. He can be a journalist in any field in any field. So the scope has widened nowadays. That's what I see.
So, do you think that when one start doing journalism or joining course of journalism, he or she should choose their area of choice where he or she want to work right from the beginning and develop expertise on that. But you have to learn all the area first. You should know about all the fields. You should learn all
He
the
should be a jack of jack of all, but expert of one. Jack of all plus expert. If you are jack of all and not expert of one, you won't rise as a journalist. you won't rise in your career. That's what I feel. So an expertise in a field is very, very important.
Yeah, and Nirendra, one thing is very interesting that when you or me started a career, there was not many platforms where we can publish or share our content if we have written something. It was very difficult at that time that it get published because there were a few newspapers and magazines. But nowadays, uh, thousands of platforms are there. You can write, you can create content for YouTube channels or for your Instagram page or your Facebook page. So you have plenty of opportunity to get published your content, get feedback for on that, and improve your skills and knowledge. So this is a huge advantage, I think, for this generation to learn the tricks fast of journalism. What do you say?
Yes, it is, but it is also a challenge because in the past there were a few journalists, there were a few newspapers, so you had to face a very little competition. If you are good at language, if you are good at your general knowledge, you can get a job. Now the field has grown. There are a huge number of users. I will share some numbers so that you can understand that how the field has grown. When I joined Times Internet, that's the online medium, in 2008, we could get a daily page views of about 50,000 per day. And when I left in 2018, that is about 11 years after, we had a page views of 1 crore page views per day. So in 11 years, it grew from 50,000 to 1 crore. So you can see that huge increase in the page views and consumption. But the thing is that there are a huge number of channels today, huge number of websites, but they have to compete among themselves for the page views. Moreover, digital medium industry has a challenge about revenue. Even if you create a video, but the challenge is to get the views, the users, the viewers. So only those will survive who have the ability to explain the things. Uh, I uh, I can understand that there are three kind of things that a viewer wants to know. You have to educate, you have to inform, or you have to entertain. So what is information? Information is that Prime Minister is going to make a speech today at 80 p.m. about some so and so thing. That is the information. What is education? That how to save yourself from infection of corona. That is the kind of education. Entertainment, you all know that what Karishma Kapoor or what, Aishwarya Rai was wearing at festival, and all sports also come under entertainment. So these kind of things you have to say, but there are a number of people who are doing the same thing. During Corona times, we could see a number of YouTube videos saying endless number of things. Many of the things were not credible. Like Baba Ramdev came up with a medicine named Coronil and marked it as a medicine for corona. It was not. A number of people said that Karela khao or corona bhagao. Now, this kind of journalism is not, I don't say it is journalism. So I would prefer the journalist or future journalist to come up with their ideas, but their ideas and their information should be credible. They must have the ability to explain, and only for the sake of page views or number of eye views, you shouldn't create a story that is not factually correct. So there is a challenge because there are a number of people who may get a number of page views, huge page views, based on the things that are not correct. So you have to, if you are an ethical journalist, then it is the challenge for you how to compete with those people who are not very, who don't have that criteria that I should follow truth and credible news, etc. So there is a challenge, and also a challenge for getting revenues. So yes, there is a vast field of journalism
Mr.
ahead of
Rajan,
you. There
let
are
us first,
different.
you have raised two main points. First is the credibility factor, and second is revenue model. Uh, I would
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to uh, ask something about this credibility factor. We know that there is a fake news phenomenon. The content, fake content is coming like a flood, and it is very challenging for a journalist or for a person who is working for any platform or creating content for digital platforms. So it is very important that you should learn the how to identify fake news, how to avoid hate content. All these things are very important for the long term. You may get popularity by sensational content or spreading half truth or fake news, but in longer term you will be discredited and you will lose your viewership. So I would like to that you explain this. It is very important aspect of today's digital journalism.
It depends. It depends that you are an independent journalist or you are employed with some institutions. So if you are with an institutions, you have to follow the policies of the institution editorial. And most of the times, I feel that the good institutions, the famed institutions, they don't go with fake news. But we have seen in near past that there was a video game about some plane attacking on some area, and even big channels like Times Now, I think, they played it as it was Russia attacking some Ukraine, etc. So that was not true. So yes, even if you're an independent journalist, you are a journalist, you are employed with some big newspaper groups, you have to verify your facts. And when we joined our journalism, we were told of whenever you are in doubt, cut it out. The motto, the plain mantra of our journalism: if you are in doubt, cut it out. Don't print it. So the first thing is that until and unless you verify a content, there are various tools. There are various tools available on Google. And when I was the editor of Navara Times, we started a blog named Satya Khoji, and whatever was going in the WhatsApp, we used to check it, verify it, and then come up with the explanation if this is true or not. Now, number of even Times of India is doing it. Number of good newspapers are doing it, and it is correct that if because why a viewer will go to your newspaper or your website, he or she is getting a number of so-called facts from WhatsApp. He is also aware that they may or they may not be true. So if in Indian Express or the Times of India, something is published in Indian Express or Times of India website, then he will believe, yes, it is true. And if it is not, then he may be in doubt. And that's good. So it depends on your credibility, and credibility comes with time, and credibility is lost with just one fake news. So your years of labor, your years of hard journalism may come to a naught if you come up with one fake news. And you know that in these times, one fake news may create disorder in the society and may do much harm. Like we saw, it was not a fake news, but some kind of debate in the television that created so much of disturbances all over India. So you should be very careful. You should be very careful what you write, what you say, and what you show. So the credibility is much, even if you are an independent journalist, and more if you are associated with an institution, because when you are working, you are not with an institution, you are not working as yourself. It is the prestige of that institution that is at stake. So as a journalist, I will say to all the future journalists who are listening to it, that they should be very careful. And if they have a doubt that this may not be correct, they should leave it out. They should not write a single word if they have any doubt.
Yeah, basically they should learn the tools and tricks of identifying fake news. There are tools available, softwares available. Even Google gives training for that. So one should learn these tricks and tools so that they should avoid fake news. Now the second part of your earlier conversation was that revenue things. So nowadays it is not enough that you are creating good content, but the challenge is how you can distribute your content or make it available to a larger audience. And there are tricks for that also. You need to know that what are the keywords you will use so that it will go to wider audiences. So I would like you to explain or elaborate on this also.
Yes, and I think these are the things which I don't know your syllabus content, but I feel that I feel and I want all the
We are having
schools
in
of
our
journalism,
syllabus.
yeah, to teach to their students how do you add keywords, what are the trending things, what are the tags, and which kind of tags attract the Google search engine so that it can find your content. So that is a very important thing, but not very simple. That is very important, but very simple. And you have to be aware of the things. There are two types of content. I will like to share that on the basis of usability or lifespan. There are two types of contents. One is which gets stale by after 24 hours, like milk. And there are things that you can keep in your fridge or shelf for 1 month, 2 months, like your dry fruits. So, what about what you should wear? So, what should you eat during summers? Eat or drink during summer. This is the content will continue for 10 years. You create it for once, and it will give you dividends every year during the summers. Then there is something about the current topic where something happened, and if you can write a story, you can write an analysis within the next 12 hours. It will be consumed very good. If you write it after 24 hours, nobody will read it. So that's the thing. So two type of content. Yes, one is whose shelf life is very less than 24 hours. One whose shelf life is long enough. So there are keywords for both of them. One is usable only for 24 hours, other is so keywords maybe. I have my personal website, and it is very small. It is related to language, but for the last 2 years, I can see even a content that was created 2 years back, it is still getting readers. So, like it is a tree. You sow seeds for a tree, it grows up and it gives fruit every year. So there are those content. Even in Navara times, I could see that our total page views, if I have 10 million page views, there are a good number of page, maybe 20, 30 lakh page views daily, that would come from content that was created long ago. So that's important. So using correct keywords, correct search words, and moreover, those who are working in print, when they come to the digital medium, they face some problem. For example, in the print, you can say Dada ne century lagai. I am talking about Saurabh Ganguly. Dada ne century lagai, or Dada said something. It is a good headline. But in the digital journalism, Dada means nothing. Who is Dada? He is the grandfather. So there you have to write Saurabh Ganguly directly, because Google search will search only Saurabh Ganguly. So those are the things that you should have direct. And whatever you are saying, whatever talking about, those words should make a part of the intro, of the title, of tagging, etc., etc. So you are using good keywords, and moreover, not only keywords, what I say, you are using good keyword, but writing during the first 12 hours, whoever makes the first killing, whoever makes come, he will make the first killing. So don't be late, but for writing, for becoming first among others, please don't play with facts. If you you don't have facts, don't go that I will to write in the next 5 minutes and I will write anything. That's not good. That's not good journalism. So you have to make a balance. You have to be first, but you will come up with the fact. And moreover, the best thing in digital journalism is that you have time and ability to rectify and correct and add to the better. That was not with the print journalism. So what we used to do, we used to come with a story in the first half an hour, then add to it every hour. As the story developed, we added more content to the thing. So reader would come back again and again. So what is the new development? So this is the way. You stay with the facts, edit and rectify the story. And if there is a mistake, correct it. So that's the way. And using the correct keywords, you can get users. But as I said, there are a number of players in the field, and there is no single trick that you can say this is a trick you may employ. In the field of at least Hindi website, I can see there are 10 websites, and they do change the places with every month. In the month of January, if A is leading, in the month of February, B may be leading. So there is no trick that you can stay at the top forever. They are competitors. They know the same trick that you also know. There is nothing new that only you. There is no copyright material that only A will be able to employ those tricks. So everything is open to all. It is your expertise. It is your work and your credibility also that play a role in your success.
And another thing I would like to add what you were saying, that nowadays journalists has to active on all the social media platforms as well, so that they can share that content in various platforms, so it get more reach for content, so more views, more hits. That is also necessary, that you should be active on all the platforms.
I think there is a catch. Earlier, Facebook, for example, I went taking the name of Facebook. Twitter doesn't get you too much page views, but it is opinion website. It is less than a content website. So on Facebook, from Facebook we would get about 40 to 50% of our page views. But after that, the Facebook is not promoting the stories which have links. It wants the reader to be not to leave its platform. So if you what I can see is you can't depend on Facebook. So the main thing is keyword, etc. The search. I inquired of about number of websites from friends, and I find that 90% of your page views are coming from search. If you can get the you can know about how Google works or the search engine works, and you are able to satisfy the demand, then I think that is the best way. So social media is not going to give you too much of revenue or too much of page views nowadays. I don't think Facebook is not going to help you until and unless they have an agreement with you about the revenue sharing. And you know that European Union and other places, even in Australia, they are asking Facebook and other social media platforms to share revenue with the publishers. And Facebook and Google are not even ready to that. So that may also be detrimental to our dependence on the social media platform. So I won't say that you should be active, but you should not be very much hopeful about getting page views or revenue from that. Only search engines is the best, because whenever a content happens, whenever you see something happened in so and so field, you go to search and you type some keyword. You don't go to Facebook. Okay, I want to know about ABC, and let me see what Facebook is saying, or what Facebook is sharing links. you go to directly to search. So I think the search issue is the SEO is the major part, and only those websites or digital platforms are getting high ranking who have mastered the art of using the search thing.
But active on different platform is also important for you should be there. So you get noticed for yourself.
Yes, 10%, 10% at least. Yeah. As a journalist, right. If you're on Twitter, yeah, it helps you in building a personality and building a reputation. That's correct. So there are but that on a personal level. That is on a personal level. But the main thing, for example, if you are on Twitter and you have a number of followers, but if you are a YouTuber, you are not going to get visits through Twitter. You will get visits to subscription on YouTube. So main thing is the platform. If you can master the platform, and then only you will be able to get users and views. So it is my personal view. The social media is not very helpful nowadays. It used to be about 10 years back. It is no more.
Okay, finally, before winding up this conversation, we will start interacting with our students. I would like to you to list 4 or 5 things which should be kept in mind by the students who are looking their career in digital media.
The first thing is this: your general knowledge should be good. General knowledge means you should be a good reader of a newspaper. I always ask my team members, please read at least one newspaper, not on mobile, on the print one. Because if you give half an hour to a newspaper, even like Times of India, you will get the whole news of 24 hours. Surfing through mobile from morning to night and spending 4 hours may not give you all the news. So first thing is that you should be aware of Ukraine also, even if you are a Bollywood journalist. You should be aware of Biden also. You should be aware of sports also, even if you are a political journalist. So please don't go through every news story. You just go through the headlines. You should know. So that's the first thing, that you should read a complete newspaper for half an hour daily. Number one. Number two, you should have a good writing ability. And if you are making mistakes in your language, whatever language you are working in, it won't help you in your career. So mastery over language is a must. Third, mastery over a subject is a must. As I told before, you may be a jack of all, but you should be expert of one. Choose one field that interests you too much. It may be Bollywood, no problem. It may be technology. It may be automobile. It may be sports. Whatever it is, it may be tourism. But one of the fields, so that in your team, when you're working with a team, people can say, "Oh, this is for this one. Please go to so and so. He's an expert in this field." So one jack of all, but expert of one. Number 4, don't feel shy about technology. Technology is very. I don't think I have to say this to the young journalists, because they are better than us in all respects. So I think 90% of our future journalists or the students, they are very good at technology through mobiles. So technology, expertise, language command, and general knowledge. These are the 4 things. And when I say about technology, yes, and video is a thing of future. And you have the ability to shoot videos. You have the ability, even if you are not a video journalist, if you have only to write, if your work is only to write news, you should know, and it will help, because a journalist career lasts for 30 to 40 years. And whatever is happening today, in the next course of thing, in the next 10 years, the things will change even more to the visual medium. So this visual ability, video ability, is a must for all journalists. So these 4 to 5 things, and credibility, as I said before, put 100% weightage on credibility. Whatever you write, whatever you say, every word of yours has a big responsibility to the people. And a single wrong word or single wrong news, it may create havoc. It may create havoc. So be very responsible with your whatever you say.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience, your knowledge, and your valuable information for our students. And I feel that this is very enlightening conversation we had today, and our student must be benefited from it. Over to Ms. Ruby.
Indeed, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your vision, and I hope attendees will be benefited from it. And Safi, we have, before moving on to an admission expert, we have few queries. So can we take up those queries?
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, sir. So there is a query from Priya Mehta. She wants to know that how LPU trains a student to be technically sound to be the part of digital media.
Yeah, we have a good infrastructure here. We have all the equipment. We have trained faculty here so that we can prepare you with the knowledge and skills required for the digital platforms. We are conducting workshops from the industry people who come here and train you like Mojo, mobile journalism, like digital marketing, like other things, content writing as well. So we have all infrastructure, or whether it is related to faculty, workshops, webinar, guest lectures, industry experts. So they can help you in acquiring all these skills and knowledge. So I can tell you with confidence that if you join LPU, then you will get all these things here. Yeah, Suru.
Thank you so much, sir. So there's another question from Ashok Singh. He wants to know that there is extreme competition at OTT platform. So how LPU helps or will guide me to stand out of the crowd?
Yeah, I think Mr. Nagar would like to say something about this OTT platform, how it is growing fast and how it is generating opportunities for the students or newcomers. Then I will comment that I will explain that what we have so that you can also prepare yourself for the OTT platform. Mr. Niren, would you like to add something on this?
OTT platform is less about journalism and more about creativity, entertainment programs, etc. So I won't say that making a serial or making a short movie comes under journalism. At least it is something related to Film and Television Institute like thing, because I don't think it has anything to do with journalism. At least for now. OTT platform is more about entertainment.
Okay, and here we have faculty, teachers who have worked in the industry, who have produced or part of the filmmaking or series for the OTT platforms or television series, entertainment, soap opera, etc. So they have that ability to teach you about this art of making series on for OTT platform. Then second, we have, as I told you earlier also, we have all the equipment to produce such things, such content for the OTT platform. So the first, it is a must that you should have infrastructure. Then you should have a faculty who can train you all these things. And thirdly, we have tie-ups with the industries so that they can share their knowledge, expertise with the students, and we send our student to those companies or industries for internship, for training. So this is how we build up expertise or skills and impart knowledge to our students. So we have a complete setup for that. We have a proper curriculum for that. We have workshop schedule for that. We have trained teachers here, and we also ask industry experts to come here, conduct a workshop. Last month, in the month of April, two professors from Europe did come to our campus and trained our students. They conducted two workshops, one on screenplay and second is documentary filmmaking. So we are looking all aspect of this also. So you can be rest assured that if you join LPU, then you will get all these things.
Thank you so much, sir. So there's another question from Sukhpreet Kaur. She wants to know that what are the career prospects in new age careers such as YouTube blogging. So Narendra Kumarji sir, if you want to throw some light on this.
Yeah, depends on what field she chooses for blogging. There are very good number of bloggers, and for that, if you are a tourism blogger, if you are a cooking blogger, so it depends. What is the field of your choice, and you should be good at it. Video editing plus the number one thing is that whatever you want to explain, what you want to show, you should yourself must be very good at it. If you don't understand a subject, if you don't yourself understand, you won't be able to explain it to others. So a person who is very good among his or her friends, and the student or whoever is willing to go for it should try it among her friends, his or her friends, that you touch a topic, you talk to your friends and how they are taking it. Are they finding it entertaining? Are they finding it very interesting? If you get successful at that, you can try at vlogging on YouTube, and it doesn't. But of course, if you do it yourself, if you do it after getting a degree, it makes a difference. Because if I want to be a YouTuber, I just need a mobile, but I may not succeed because I don't know the trick of trade. I don't know the trick of how to get more viewers. You can see there are a number of YouTubers whose videos only get about 100 or 200 or 300. Even I won't share the name. I will. There's one editor of a newspaper, print newspaper. He does motivational videos. He has a good name, but he's not master of the medium because he is a print journalist. And I saw that his videos get only page views of 300, 400, 500. So the training makes a very big difference. An editor, 55 years of age, a very famed journalist, but still he is not getting views. Why? Because he doesn't know how to promote his videos, how to use the keywords, so and so. So I think to Ms. Kaur, that if you want to be a successful journalist, video blogger, I think some training from experts is very necessary, and they may help you with getting good views and a good career.
The basic thing is the understanding of the media, and this blogging is very necessary. You should have X factor in your content, how it will appeal, what is extra or new thing you are going to give your audience. Because if you are also one of them, then why I should watch your YouTube channel or your blog? So keep this in mind, that you need a proper training. You need to understand this digital world market and how to create and distribute content. Then you can give traffic, audience, and that will convert into revenue. So this is all are interconnected, and you must understand these things.
Well said, sir. Thank you so much, Anandji. As you were talking about skills, so there's a similar question by Aman Mahajan. As you know, there's a trend of going abroad in the students in today's generation. So he wants to know that what kind of skills do I require if I want to go abroad after the completion of my degree in bachelor's in journalism.
Going abroad for journalism, I don't think it will make it is very useful, because whatever they teach there, all those things are available here. If you want to be a journalist in India, the first thing is that what your consumer wants, the understanding of my users, what is the need. As I said earlier, education, information, and entertainment. So until and unless, if you are marketing a thing, if you are selling anything, you should know what your user or consumer wants to have. So by going abroad, I don't think you'll be able to know what your Indian consumer wants. So staying with the people with which you are engaging is better than going. I won't suggest, if you want to pursue a career in journalism, to go abroad. First, yeah, it may improve your skills if you go after 4 years or 5 years. But basic training of journalism is available in India. So I won't suggest that gentleman to waste his money.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So, sir, there's another question. A person, Himanshu Segal, he wants your advice on this. He has a keen interest in content writing, but he wants to write a book as well. But he's confused about the topic and the genre. He wants to know what kind of genre is in trend nowadays.
Is it for me?
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody can answer what is the genre you should go, because if I would say, as I said, 80% of my traffic in 2017 was reading something that was not connected with politics. When we started, most of the page views would come from astrology, the thing which I don't believe in. Then Bollywood, then sports. There are different. The best thing is that everybody should know that you are not going to get 100% of the pie. Nobody is going for it. Even in the digital world, Jio Reliance is not getting 100% of mobile users. There is a part, there's Airtel, then Vodafone, then the others. So don't go for 100%. There are various kinds of readers, various kinds of users, and you should go for the topic. Not go because this is Diwali time, so you should sell patakas, crackers. These holy times, you should sell crackers. A journalist should not be like that. Whatever you like, whatever you're interested in, that field you should choose, and you will do best in that. If you go, yeah, this is currency. Okay, I can say this in 2022, in 2020 and 2021, most of the people wanted to know about corona. So health was the big field of journalism at that time, but no more. So one topic may be very much in news during a particular year. In the other year, so that keeps changing. You maybe, if you are very good at international politics, then you may write about Ukraine and Russia. So that depends on person to person, and one topic doesn't continue forever. So whatever I said, jack of all, but you should be aware of everything. But you should create a space for yourself in the field which is very much close to your heart.
And you must be passionate about the things you want to create. If you are not passionate, you cannot create a good movie. You cannot write a good book. So it should be, as Niren told, that it should be close to your heart. ये क्रिएटिविटी जो है दिल से भी होती है, केवल दिमाग से नहीं होती है. तो दिल और दिमाग जब एक साथ आते हैं, तब कोई अच्छी चीज बनती है।
Okay, sir, can you please add on this how we train our students, those who are good in content writing, for the print media? Do we guide? Do we have a special kind of training for those students, those who want
Yeah,
to be
definitely it is. Yeah. Print media is part of our graduation program, and even in masters also we have the detailed course about the print media, although it is fading out, but still it is for, I think that it is 10-15 years, it is not going away. And moreover, whatever you learn from the print media, you can use it in digital media as well. So now those who are working in print media, they are writing stories for digital media also. In same organization ask you to write for our digital version also. So I am saying that you should not think in a closed box. You should think that you are going into media, and all the media platforms are open for you. You should experiment, you should learn, and then choose which medium you want to work. And you should open for all the medium, because all mediums are converging. So I would suggest that although we have print media in our course and we teach it properly, but I personally think that it is the basis of the whole journalism. We have started our career from print, then shifted to electronic media, and now we are doing digital journalism. But since we have roots in print media, that is why our understanding of the journalism and writings and language skills and knowledge we are able to use in these mediums also. So we have print media in our course and we teach it properly.
Thank you so much, sir.
I would like to add something. I would like to add something to what Mukesh said. Print is like walking and digital is like running. So until and unless you know how to walk, you can't run. So I don't want to say that digital is the future of the medium. I don't say that print is dead. So until and unless you know how to walk, you can't run. That's what I want to say.
I completely agree with you, sir. So thank you so much, sir, for resolving all the queries. And now we'll quickly move to our admission expert, Mr. Pankaj Vij, for the admission part of the university. So over to you, sir.
Well, I'm audible and my screen is visible to all, I guess so. Okay, right. Thank you very much. So let me just start with my presentation. And before I go any further, allow me to share one good news with all our attendees over here. That the year was 2020 when the Tokyo Olympics had to happen, but unfortunately, owing to the pandemic thing, it couldn't happen. So it was postponed to 2021. And in that particular Tokyo Olympics, some of our brave hearts of LPU participated, and they are Olympians. You name people like Bajrang Punia or the Neeraj Chopras, or maybe the 7 members of the Indian hockey team. They all belong to LPU. They are our own students. And the captain of the Indian hockey team, that is Manpreet Singh, is also our student. So we not only create academicians or researchers, we are also in the process of creating world-class sports people. So on that note, allow me to go ahead. What can a student expect when he or she comes to the university? This is what you can expect. The year was 2019 when we inaugurated, or we hosted, the 106th edition of the Indian Science Congress, and none other than the Honorable Prime Minister of India inaugurated the mega event. We have had quite a few intellects coming to the university campus, giving away degrees in the convocation ceremonies. Like on your screen, you're seeing His Holiness the Dalai Lama, who came to the university a few years ago in one of the convocation ceremonies, giving away degrees. Two former presidents of India and Afghanistan sharing the same stage and giving away degrees to the students. The former Finance Minister of India, Shri Arun Jaitley ji, late Shri Arun Jaitley ji, was here a few years back, and he inaugurated a startup school. Venkaiah Naidu ji was here in 2018, and in one of the convocation ceremonies, he gave away degrees to the students. We also have had intellects such as Gauhar Gopal Das, who gave live sermons to the students, to the parents, to the teachers of his knowledge. Not only intellects, but politicians or not only these people from the campus, but also the real heroes who are the real life heroes of our young generation. They also come to the campus not only to sing and dance, but also to interact with the students because they have a big influence on the young generation. So this is what you can expect when you come to the campus. Moreover, infrastructure is an important part of education. What you're seeing on your screen right now is a marvel of a building, 14 blocks joined back to back, housing the central library and quite a few departments of the university. This is the auditorium of the university, a 2,500 capacity auditorium that we have got. This is a glimpse of the lab facility that we have got. This is one of the computer labs that you're seeing on your screen. That's an automated library that we have got. Each department has its own library, but we have got a central library as well. At the heart of the 600-acre campus, we have got a mall. What you're seeing on the screen right now is the mall that we have at the heart of the campus. Let me take you inside the mall. That's the interiors of the mall. It's got propped-in stores and other places where students could visit and they purchase their stuff. So it's an all in all, it's a shopping complex kind of thing that we have got within the university. If you're a sporting freak, if you're a health freak, well then the mall also houses a fully equipped gymnasium where you find international trainers of repute. Recreational facilities are in ample amount, like you see a bowling alley over here. So we have got quite a few recreational facilities within the 600-acre campus that we are talking about. God forbid any student falls ill, but if any student falls ill, we are ready with the university hospital. It's a 25-bedded hospital with resident doctors, medical staff, support staff, and even a dental chair at the disposal of the students and the faculty members. That's the outdoor auditorium that we have got, a panoramic view of the university as such. It's a very lush green university that we are talking about, that's LPU, and we have been ranked as the 8th most cleanest campus in India by none other than the Ministry of Human Resource Development, the Union Government of India. That's a night vision of the university. If you're a sporting freak, well, LPU is the right place to be. We have got Olympic-sized swimming pools. We have got shooting ranges. We have got all sorts of courts, badminton court, volleyball, basketball, you name a court and you get it. And we even have a squash court at your disposal. So that's the aerial view of the sporting complex that I was talking about. The residential facility is very, very important. You'll be astonished to know that more than 20,000 people can put up in the campus. When the things were absolutely fine till 2019, we had more than 20,000 people putting up in the campus. Students, staff, faculty members, all put together, we had a capacity of 20,000 people in a single go could stay in the hostel facilities that we have. These are some of the additional amenities that we are offering in the campus. We've got banks, we've got ATMs, it's a complete Wi-Fi campus. We even have a post office, gymnasium, and so on and so forth. So students, now allow me to take you to the website, wherein I will inform you how to get to know about the eligibility, the fee structures, and so on. All you need to do is log on to lpu.in, go admissions. In admissions, say you want to search a course after 12th. Let me search a program which is related to journalism. So after 12th, I go to a simple regular program, and the page takes me to the next page. And over here, I'll see all the disciplines that we are offering in LPU under the undergraduate program. So I just scroll down a little bit. Over here, I find journalism and mass communication, journalism and film production rather. So I just click it over here, and this is the area of programs that we are offering. It's A, journalism and mass communication, BSc film and TV production, B, design film and TV production. Let's for instance take BA journalism and mass communication. I just click it. I'm taken to the next. I just scroll a little bit to know the eligibility. The eligibility of the program: pass with 50% marks in aggregate in 12th with English or equivalent. So English is compulsory subject in 12th, and you just need to have 50% marks in your 12th standard, and you can get admission. You want to know about the fee structure? You just go on the top. You use the slider, click the fee part, and you take it to fee structure. So the basic fee structure of the program is 1,20,000 per semester, but there are a number of scholarships that we are offering. Like somebody has got 80 to 89.99% of marks in 12th standard, there's a 2% scholarship. Fee goes down to 86,400. Anybody has got, we even have our LPNest exam. It's called as the Lovely Professional University National Entrance and Scholarship Test. So either a person scores something between this, or a person appears for this particular exam and is in the category 3 of our exam, cutoff 3. So there's a scholarship of 28% once again. Similarly, somebody has got 90 to 94.99 in 12th standard, or is amongst the category 2 of our LPNest exam. There's a 38% scholarship. Fee goes down to 74,400. And if somebody's got more than 95, that is greater than or equal to 95% marks, or category 1 of our LPNest exam, there's a 48% scholarship, and fee goes down to 62,400. It's worth mentioning over here that these scholarships, once administered, shall remain the same way throughout the course of the program. That's for the next 3 years. Talking about some other scholarships, I go on the top and I once again click on the scholarships. So these are the other scholarships. We have talked about the previous qualification, that is on the basis of 12th. We have talked about LPNest. Some other scholarships on disposal on offer, and these are anybody who's done good with innovation, startups, or entrepreneurships. Anybody who's done really good with sports. Anybody who's a board topper. Once again, there's immense number of scholarships available for such students. There are some other status-based scholarships as well, which we call as financial aids. Somebody is from an economically humble background, such a scholarship, such a student also gets some fee waivers from our side. Somebody, some student's father or mother is working with the Indian Defence Forces, then such a student is also in for a fee leverage. Somebody, God forbid, is an orphan student or a disabled student. Such students are also facilitated with financial aids and scholarships. So these are the gambit of scholarships that we have got with us at LPU. You want to know more about these scholarships, or you want to know more about the university, you're most welcome to visit us on www.lpu.in, the demo that I just gave you. You can write to us on admissions@lpu.co.in, or you can very well call us on 01824517000. You can take a screenshot of this particular slide and you can call us, and your queries would be settled. I guess that's all from my side. I hope the information shared by me would be of use to the students and the parents. Thank you very much. Back to you, Ruby.
Thank you so much, sir, for the detailed information about the admission part. And attendees, you have heard the mentorship. So I would suggest you that good things come to people who wait, but better things come to those who go out and get them. So don't just sit back and relax. Grab the opportunity to take admission in your preferred program and get early decision benefit. So with this, we will conclude today's webinar, which was on the topic digital journalism, new trends and future prospects. So experts, thank you so much. Your years of research, your depth of understanding the topic, and your ability to present the topic in such an interesting way produced one of the most wonderful mornings for all the attendees. So on behalf of all the attendees of this webinar, I want to thank you for your insightful presentation. Hopefully, attendees found this webinar to be valuable and been able to utilize the information provided to take better decisions regarding admission. And attendees, I enjoyed bringing this session to you, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much. So until next time, I, Ruby Gill, sign off.
Thank you.